And back as promised on Local 6 Midday, another version of Local 6 Legal Live, visiting with Mark Bryant here in the middle. On the far left, your right, be Tyler Brown. Also at the Bryant Law Center, Paducah, Mayfield, and Louisville, their locations, talking today about criminal defense and personal injury. And we'll start with personal injury. And someone says, my wife had a car wreck with serious injuries. She's self-employed. Can we use our PIP money for lost wages, or do we have to pay the medical bills first?
No, you can set out how much you want out of your PIP for lost wages, but all you can get is 85% of what her wages are, up to a maximum of $200 a week. And that law was passed, back in the 80s. So it's kind of a shame because, inflation over the years has made a lot of difference. So it's not a lot of money, but you can certainly use PIP for your lost wages, and other thing you can use it for are your medical bills. But hopefully you've got more than just a minimum, that $10,000 that most people have on personal injury protection. But PIP pays regardless of who is at fault in a car wreck. So everybody ought to get as much as they can, because it doesn't cost much more to get an additional amount over the $10,000 that routinely you get when you talk to your insurance agent. But anyhow, yeah, you can use it for lost wages.
Next question has to deal with criminal defense. Someone says, I am on prescription drugs, generally carry them in a baggie in my purse. Do they legally have to be in a prescription bottle? And if not, can I be charged with anything?
That's a good question, Dave. In Kentucky, and this may vary from state to state, so if you're in a different state, you want to consult an attorney there, but in Kentucky, it is actually a criminal offense to not have your prescription in the original container. So you want to be mindful of that, especially if you're traveling, you're out on the roads or out and about, to try and have those medications in the original container that you got from the pharmacy. So yes, it technically is a misdemeanor offense to not have those in the original container. So.
Next question comes from someone who is a do-it-yourselfer, it sounds like. Says, we've been trying to handle our car wreck case ourselves with the insurance company because we don't have a lot of money, but we feel like right now we might need an attorney's help. How much does it cost to hire someone?
Well, if you ever go to a lawyer and they want money up front in a personal injury case, don't walk out of that office. You run out of that office, because all lawyers that handle personal injury cases do it on a contingency fee. And the contingency fee is a percentage of whatever is recovered. But in this particular case, or in all cases actually, there have been studies that shown that if you try to represent yourself, you're not going to get nearly as much money if you do out of the attorney. Plus, if you have a lawyer, they get you more money, and even when you take out the contingency fee, the third, 35% or whatever it is, that you pay them, they still get you more money than you would have gotten by yourself. Because you got to remember, these insurance companies are very powerful, they're very wealthy, and they have lawyers that work on these cases night and day. So I advise, and it's not just because I do this for a living, but I advise everyone, don't try to do that yourself, because they will outwit you and they will take advantage of you, because they're not your friend, even though they might act like they are.
And part two of Local 6 Legal Line coming up shortly. We'll continue our discussion with personal injury and criminal defense. That's on the other side of the break here on Local 6 Midday.